How y'all doing? Welcome to my channel. This is YouTube Can Be Great. So this is the Porsha Family Matters Season 1 Episode 5 that did last night review. I had to prepare myself for this and I had to watch it 2 times to really figure out what's going on. And why is Porsha's rebound the one that only has some sense in this entire situation? Because this episode was a hot mess express, okay? It made me feel like, I don't know, I thought that Bravo gave Porsha her own show because they wanted her to kind of clear up the fact that everybody was calling her a hoe, a slut, telling her that she's out here getting, breaking marriages because of what happened between Simon and Fallon and all that mess that was going on. So I thought that she chose to do this show because she wanted to clear her name and make things better for herself. But after what happened today, Porsha, this show should have never come on TV because you look worse. You look worse, and Simon looks like a fool. Okay, he looks like a fool. I don't know if I should feel sorry for him. Hell, I don't know the man from a can of paint, but he seems to be the only one with some sense in this ratchet mess y'all call a family. So let's get into it. What happened? So we have the episode where their day 3 is the family retreat. Okay, I have my little notes here, so it's gonna be a lot. So they're at the family retreat, and of course they start off doing yoga. One of the events that Lauren, Porsha's sister, not Lauren, the assistant, has planned to kind of cause this blended family. What I want to know in this whole process, though, is why is it that with the blended family Porsha's trying to create, everyone there is all Porsha's side? Her assistants are there, her cousins are there, her aunt is there. She had her mom earlier on in the episode she was there. The only person that is blended from her daughter's father's side of the family, Dennis, is his mama. Doesn't Dennis have siblings or cousins or other family members that Pilar is going to also be associated with if you really want to blend the family? Number 2, where is Simon's family? I know that Simon has kids. If you really want a blended family, you have 3 households to blend. You got Simon's family to blend, you got Dennis's family to blend, and then you got Porsha's. But everybody on this show seems to be all about Porsha. But everybody on this show seems to be telling the truth about Porsha, and Porsha's looking like a crazy ass bitch. But they get to this yoga situation, and of course Porsha and Simon are missing. It's Dennis, it's Lauren, Porsha's assistant, it's Lauren, Porsha's sister, and of course recently televised messy ass Dom is also there, and they're gonna do yoga, and it's supposed to be a way to meditate. It was supposed to be a calming experience, something they can do together that's nice and calm, and possibly have a conversation afterwards. But she was missing again at another event because she wanted to go drink with her man or do whatever the hell she wants to do. So after they're done, Dennis, in addition to admitting that he would never do yoga because it's not his thing, decides that he wants to talk to everybody. The group that was there, meaning Dom, Lauren's, the assistant, and Lauren, the sister, he wants to talk to them after he had his last night of passion yesterday with, the girl that he had flown into Mexico, that Mama Gina was so excited to tell Porsha that Dennis brought a girl for her birthday to fuck. So he's talking to them about, his experience so far, day 3, and he's basically saying that Porsha needs to be held accountable because she wanted this blended situation. She wanted to force this on people to accommodate the decisions that she made. Porsha is pushing this let's blend our family because she knew that she was speed head first into diving head into marrying Simon. So she doesn't want this to look like a fly-by rebound situation. If she can blend her family and she can let everybody get along and she can put on this front that everybody's okay and everybody's happy, it can kind of clear her conscience a little bit and make her feel comfortable with the decision that she made. Because Porsha already lied to us first episode and said that Simon was the one that DM'd her. But Simon told the truth, said, no, this bitch DM'd me when she realized that Fallon and I were going through divorce because she wanted to be supportive. Okay, she didn't want my money. So they're talking about it, and Dennis is saying that everybody here is for Porsha, which I just said, and that she's not doing anything. What the fuck am I here? It's a wasted trip. And Dennis already said that he would have liked to spend more time with Simon because that's the dude that's apparently going to be around his daughter. Lauren tells Dennis that his opinion is not wrong. However, she's trying to approach Porsha with kid gloves, because Porsha is in the media. And so when things like this happen, there are people who are on social media that will bully you. They'll call you a hoe, they'll call you a slut, they'll call you a bitch, they'll call you everything in the book. And after you hear something like that from multiple people, it starts to break you down. You got people who don't even know you criticizing you. So if I'm your family member and you got strangers criticizing you, I don't want to add to that and come and criticize you some more on top of that. So we all handle Porsha with kitty gloves. Maybe we should just try to be honest with her and let her know that she's not performing the way that she should be performing. And as they're talking, and this is supposed to be about getting Porsha to be, part of the situation, Dom decides to make it about himself, kind of like what Storm does. And he says, Dennis, I feel like you owe me an apology. And Dennis is like, oh, your apology for what? And he said that Dennis basically treated him like he was trying to be messy. And the story goes is that the girl that Dennis cheated on Porsha with while she was pregnant was now a girl who got hired at one of his 11 locations of Crew, one of the restaurants he owns. And he's like, Dom found out about it and decided to go and pitch that information to Porsha. And that was one of the reasons, the second reason why they broke up officially, is because of Dom running his mouth in the wrong direction without having all the fucking facts. But Dom, who is now responsible for another relationship breaking up in Dennis's eyes, is now saying that he wants Dennis to apologize to him. So Dennis is looking at him like, I don't have a problem with you, but he definitely needed to catch a fade for that because you did too much and you affected my family. And that conversation right there was the beginning of Dom trying to make something about himself, but it was a pause because Dennis wasn't trying to really fit into it. He just let that shit go. Then Dennis decides to say that he wants to tell them something in confidence. At this point, Lauren, Porsha's sister, had already left. And so Dennis is like, listen, I want to tell y'all something. So when I met up with Simon said that he had a professional moving company that be moving bitches out of his house when he's done with them. The way that Dennis pitched that to them is not the way that I perceived it when Simon said it. It was like they were having a conversation about Dennis complaining that Portia's holding his expensive ass robe hostage. And Simon is like, I don't know why the fuck she has your robe, so she needs to give it back, because if it was me, I make sure this moving company pack up all these bitches stuff and get them out of my fucking house. You don't have any reason to come back to this house. That's what I was getting. But Dennis is putting it in the form of, I know it's not my place, she's my baby mama, but just in case. I'm like, the fuck? Even if that was the case, technically it's none of your business. You just fucked somebody last night. So whatever happens between Simon and Porsha, if he wants to have a moving company move her little ass out, if they break up, so be it. You're just saying this as a way to find a problem with Simon, because as much as Dennis says Simon is a good man, I don't have a problem with him, he definitely has a problem with Simon because he feels like Simon encroached on his territory mere months. Not even up to like a second of him breaking up, of him and Porsha breaking up with him. He felt like somebody just came right in and is now marrying her, and he's feeling some type of way because it comes off looking like Porsha didn't even take time to mourn him. Okay, so he's obviously salty, low key. So he decides to tell him not to say anything because he wants Dom to keep it to himself. And Lauren comes walking back in and she's obviously asking about the moving company. And he lies, Dennis lies and says, I just sold a moving company. And Lauren's poor baby. She's so innocent. I love Lauren, but she just kind of just swallows whatever they give her and call it a day. Then Lauren decides that she's going to go while meditating to go and now interact with Porsha and basically deliver the fact that Porsha needs to be doing better. And Porsha comes in. And Porsha says, ask about Dennis being in her hall. And she said, no, Porsha got a different room. Lauren tells Porsha that Dennis got a different room, probably because the girl he brought in. And Porsha said, I thought he was going to his mama's room. And she said, no. But then Porsha said, I don't have a problem with Dennis bringing a girl, but this is supposed to be a family event. And I'm thinking, Porsha, as much as Dennis don't know this girl he fucked, you don't know Simon either. It's only been a matter of months. What I think they say 2 or 3 months is what we're counting out right now. It's not enough for you to know Simon, and you have Simon around your daughter. So is it any that big of a difference? The girl might be a stranger to Simon's, just a stranger to you. You just happen to force marriage really early on and call it love. But Porsha says she ain't bothered. But as we know, as time goes by, she is very much bothered. But Laura's talking about how Mama Gina and her need to kind of work on blending their relationship. And Porsha says her and Mama Gina would never have a relationship because Mama Gina is only going to be Pilar's family and not hers, because she's tired of Mama Gina trying to find little ways to take a shot at her. I low-key feel like Mama Gina is behaving the way that she's behaving towards Porsha in this incident, because Mama Gina knows that Dennis is behaving the way that he's behaving because he's hurt. And he's not actually saying, I'm hurt and I miss Porsha and I want Porsha. So Dennis is reacting and Mama Gina is kind of, instead of blaming Dennis for his behavior because their relationship didn't work out because of his actions, she's passive aggressively taunting Porsha because she's blaming Porsha for her son's pain. So Mama Gina is bringing up shit like saying that Porsha's mama told her that Porsha was cheating on Dennis when that weren't true. Then she gave a general apology at that little swamp pond, whatever they were at, talking about, if I hurt your feelings, please forgive me. She's not actually directing the apology at who she knows she needs to apologize to. And Porsha's like, you know what? I don't like how this woman, and Porsha also felt like Mama Gina took Dennis's side when the whole cheating event happened when she was pregnant. And so she feels a certain level of pain and anger towards this mother who was supposed to raise a man that was good for her. And this is what she left her with. So Porsha's like, Mama Gina ain't seen it for me. She was so excited to tell me that Dennis brought a girl. That was the first time I saw her ass smile at this whole retreat. She was ready to give me the tea, and the messy tea that she felt will hurt my feelings. So I don't like that kind of malicious intent. And Lauren agrees with her, saying, I know that you've experienced this type of shit, but you can't make someone behave the way you want them to behave for your own sake. You wanted this blended family. You have to understand that you got to accept people for who they are. You can't make Mama Gina behave the way you want them to. When people show you who they are, believe them. So if you already mark it in your head that this is how Mama Gina's messy ass is going to behave, it wouldn't hurt you so much because you already know what to do. You already know this about her. But what you're trying to do is you feel like you don't need fixing, but everybody else around you need fixing. So if they fix themselves, you be all good. No, Porsha, you still have a problem. Porsha said, God got me. Porsha, baby. From the display that we saw at the end of this episode, God don't have you. I'm just kidding. God always has you, child. But I don't know if God told you to put your holy hands on that man. But all I know is Porsha needs to also work on herself by way of getting help. She cannot work on herself by herself. It's not possible. And right now, I think that she's avoiding Dennis and she's avoiding Mama Gina because she's hurt. Dennis having a girl here in her face is something that hurts her feelings, even though she seemed to have brought Dennis to show Simon off to his face. It's like you wanted Dennis to be here without a girl and to just watch you gush over Simon and how much great Simon is after 3 months of knowing him and how wonderful this man is and how awesome and how we ain't even known him up to a year. And you want Dennis to sit there and to absorb all the gushiness while everybody talks shit about him and what he did to you in the past. And he's not supposed to have support. Porsha is very selfish. But I like that Lauren is checking her and telling her that she needs to go ahead and start putting her best foot forward and stop missing shit. But Porsha now breaks down officially and lets us know that the type of blended family she saw happening was because she didn't want the same situation to happen that happened with her with Pilar, where in the case of a divorce, which her mama went through as well, she had to be the one to be sent off to her dad's house back and forth, where she'll be with this family and there'll be a whole other vibe, and then she had to go back to her mama's house and there'll be a whole vibe. But child, you don't know why your mama, why they broke up. Maybe your mom was hurt. Maybe he beat her. Maybe he was cheating on her. There are some things that just can't be kicking. My parents are divorced and they're still fighting till today after 30 something years. My mama don't even want to she don't want to smell my dad's scent, let alone hear his name. You can't force a blended family in that way. You just have to accept the reality for what it is. So far as your father was in your life and he loved you, and your mama was in your life and she loved you, and they both loved you the best they could, that's the best that they could. Relationships sometimes don't work out. So Porsha, I hope that she understands that concept, because when you chose to give birth to Pilar, when you weren't married to Dennis and you chose to be with him when Dennis had all these clues, all these tattoos, Candy was trying to warn you about him, you made a choice and you chose to have a baby knowing that this could be a potential. Now that it is what it is, you're going to have to accept things for what they are and just make it as smooth for Pilar as possible. But expecting everybody to kumbaya the way you want them to is very, very controlling, girl. It is. So we get to the next scene where Lauren says she wants everybody to relax. So she planned an ATV trip for Porsha, Simon, Lauren, herself, and Storm. And she planned the tequila tasting for Londi, Porsha's assistant, Lauren, Dom, and Dennis to go tequila tasting. On the bus, on their way to tequila tasting, you got Dom's messy ass asking Dennis, talking about the last conversation we had, bruh. I don't think you were done with Porsha. Why is it any of your business? he is too messy for me. Why is it any of your business? But he asked Dennis, I don't think that you're done with Porsha. Why don't you tell me, what it is? Because you need to answer the question. And Dennis says what everybody's thinking. We just broke up a minute ago, 2 seconds ago, and she already trying to marry somebody else. I don't think that she's had time. I need time to grieve too. Shit. I'm still probably feeling what I'm feeling. I didn't know that this was going to happen. We broke up after she asked me for my ring. I told her I didn't bring the ring. And next thing you know, somebody else brought a ring. And she said yes and jumped that person's one after going up on his DM. Like, she got a different version of me. I got to stare at myself in the mirror. Of course, I'm not over her, but I'm not going to tell your ass that because you were op. So I'm like, oh my God. So as that's happening, Londi talks about how he brought the thang. And they said they call her the thang because Lauren and them saw her walking with the thong on and her thang was thanging. The ass was jiggling. And they thought she was, she had a nice booty on her. So they asked Dennis, why he brought her. And Londi said, what I'm thinking, your ass is being petty. You wanted to show Porsha that you can also get some ass too. She want to get some in Mexico. You can get some in Mexico too. So you brought that whole 30-year-old girl here to just be there, pump on your penis for a little bit and then walk away. And so we're sitting up here as they're talking in the bus. Darlene talks, they bring up the whole Darlene and Storm incident when they were trying to, I guess, confess in this little area that we're doing. And Darlene and Storm did the whole Tiffany Pollard and her mama scene where their behavior is like exaggerated because they're auditioning to be the next reality TV stars. Darlene does this whole scene where she's like, I just wish my daughter would give me a hug and will love me. And of course, Storm pipes in and Darlene does this Holy Ghost scream thing. And I'm just like, she scared the hell out of me too. I don't know what kind of voodoo mess that we're doing to her, but she was doing a whole hot mess. So you got Londi and you got Dom replaying the scene of what happened. And Dennis is like, I was scared. I said, me too, shit. And I wasn't even there. I mean, those two, you can tell why they act the way that they act. Darlene's weird. She weird. I mean, she hasn't done anything that crazy besides it, but she weird. And you can see how Storm behaves. So we got that going on. And then at the ATV session where Porsha and Simon and Lauren and Storm are, you have Porsha taking off all her clothes, giving Dennis, I keep calling Simon Dennis, giving Simon her clothes to put on his head. And Porsha left ATV, so she's speeding down, not even worried about her nails, riding another thing that she needs to ride, or she likes to ride, up on there, just getting it in, going as fast as she can. You got Lauren and Storm in the back, going so slow, I swear to God, I thought Simon was going to grow some hair. It was so slow, but then somehow in between, as they're riding, Porsha breaks her nail down to the white meat to where it's bleeding. So they have to stop and, cater to her nails before they keep going because she hurt herself. I said, well, Porsha was out there getting it. She was riding and she was riding rough and dirty. Get it, girl. That nail will be fine. Then we get to the good juicy part where we're looking at Londi and Porsha, Lauren, Porsha's assistant, Dennis and Dom's scene. And they're doing the tequila tasting and they're all now drunk a little bit. So they wanted to do the whole, what I call truth or drink tea session. Lord, a whole lot of mess came out. So we had Porsha, they asked about Porsha not drinking the night before because Porsha had Coke inside her glass. And of course, Dennis panicked immediately. Is Porsha pregnant? Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Tell me now because I'm thinking that this bitch is going to come back to me after Simon lets her ass go with that moving company. Is she with me or not? And of course, they go, Portia's not pregnant. He looks at Lauren, her assistant, and said, well, how do you know? And she said, but I saw Porsha pee on a stick. She ain't pregnant. And I'm like, as fast as Portia's trying to get knocked up, she's peeing on a stick, already raw dogging this person. She ain't known him nothing but a few months. But Dennis decides to take a shot. And he's like, take a shot. She let that man hit for 2 days. Hit after 2 days. And Londi and Dom were like, she let your ass hit after 1 day. What you mad about? I'm like, ooh, Porsha. They're making you out to look like a thought, but I'm just sitting here thinking, y'all forget about Bolo? Bolo and his long schlong, okay? Porsha had him that night, okay? So, I mean, she got that night, 1 night, 2 night, it don't matter. Porsha gets it in when she wants to, and she's getting it in with Simon, and she possibly is trying to, we already know she's trying to have a baby by him so she can secure that child support. But is this deadest for Porsha getting pregnant with Simon right now, no matter how many times he says he's okay with it? Hell no. Because of how fast he knocked her up with Pilar. He ain't finna sit up here and deal with that shit again. So we have the next question was, why does Porsha not like Londi? And Londi says because she's very blunt and she's not about to kiss Portia's ass because she's seen Dom kiss Porsha's ass. She's seen her assistant kiss her ass. She's seen Storm inserting herself in issues that don't even matter to her. Hell, even Storm, did y'all see social media on Twitter? Storm went and now posted that that I'm not going to say his name, and supposedly is allegedly a pedophile because he hit on her when she was between 18 and 19 years old. Bitch, you grown. 18, 19 is not pedophile status, hun. Number one. Number two, she said the reason that she got fired wasn't because she was bad to customers and bartenders, because he was sexually harassing her. Girl, you can't be throwing these allegations 5 years after the fact when he was with Porsha. Because I'm thinking that if he did all that shit to you, as much as Portia's riding or dying for you right now, Porsha would not have had babies with him because she's supporting you now as her cousin, right? So, and I don't think, Storm just needs to shut up. She had a whole live that she did and she was saying all but nothing. Nothing, just wanted to get attention. And she said herself in the previous episodes that she just wants somebody to throw a party for her and make it all about her because she wants to be the center of attention, and she's probably jealous of Porsha. And Dennis says, you know, she lied, because her birthday, 21st birthday that came up, I threw her birthday party at one of my locations. Their crew made it all about her. Now she wants to lie and say nobody comes to the cookout for her. Girl, bye. Whenever Storm's open her mouth, Lonnie needs to whoop ass. Lonnie needs to whoop Storm's ass. Storm's ass needs to be beat. She needs a good country old ass whooping because she don't know how to. She at 23 years old, that whole I'm grown, bitch. 23 is not grown. In the eyes of law you are, but your mind is not. I remember being 23. I thought I knew everything, okay? I remember being 18. I thought I knew everything. But you need to stop inserting yourself in Portia's drama. And I think that's why Porsha keeps attaching herself to her, because Storm is all about whatever Porsha wants, she gives her. Again, kissing her ass, which Londi does not do. Then we have Dom asking what's the real beef between Storm and Dennis. Again, be messy and nosy, asking about situations that going on, nothing to do with him. And you know, he asked Dennis, did you hit or did you ever try to holler at Storm? Dennis says no, Porsha is not Storm. Basically saying that he finds Porsha more attractive than Storm. That's nothing is debatable. Porsha is who he will go to. He's not gonna go to Storm. And then he says that Dennis tells us that why he doesn't understand why Portia's going so hard for Storm, because he was with Porsha for 5 years, and Porsha and Storm did not have this close relationship that they did. Now all of a sudden, now that they're broken up and Portia's now with Simon, maybe Storm is giving her all the news that she wants to hear. Girl, you did a good job. You just fell in love. Don't worry about what nobody says out there. It's you. Live your life. Enjoy your life. Be you. And of course, now Porsha is trying to attach herself to somebody that she feels is supportive and is going to tell her what she wants to hear. So Storm is doing that. So why not? But Dennis is out here giving us all the tea, bitch. They're not close. Like, Dennis is something else. So then we get to her assistant, Lauren, finally speaks and says that she feels like Porsha is not in tune with her emotions, and that Porsha needs to learn to handle her emotions the right way and immediately instead of holding it in. And Dennis goes, girl, you better be careful what you say, because you about to get your ass fired. From Porsha will fire your ass for being honest with her, because I thought your ass was the op. And then Dom picked up that and talking about who's the op. Who's the op? And Dennis says, you know yourself, you know you know who you are as an op. And then Dom decides to break it down to her, saying that he's not an op. First he said he's not an op. He said he didn't go to Porsha and tell Porsha about the side piece at Crew, that he went and told Lauren. And Lonnie's like, you don't know who you fucking that's working for you? And Dennis is like, I got 600 employees, 11 locations. Do I know who the fuck is being hired? I'm not the one doing the hiring. I got people who work for me that do the hiring. Shit. And Dom should not have run up his mouth and did that because he broke up my family and I wanted to catch a fade. And Dom, now hearing it, is getting mad, talking about, well, if I'm gonna be op, I'm gonna be op, come call me an op. But let's be clear. If you didn't have a bit, if there was no bitch, there'll be no snitching, and your bitch won't be with Simon right now, talking about doing whatever the hell Simon's saying instead of what Dennis is saying. I said, wow. Wow. I don't know if it was the alcohol, so we can blame it on the booze. I don't know what was happening. I just know that Dom felt salty, and he's been trying to get that off his chest. Dennis thinks you're an op, it ain't gonna change. Dennis thinks that you're a snitch, it ain't gonna change. Dennis is not gonna apologize to you because he feels like running your mouth affected his relationship. So Dom trying to vindicate himself, it ain't gonna work. Because I'm thinking, Dom, your ass is a snitch too. I'm feeling the same fucking way. Does that mean that I don't agree with you going back and telling your friend or somebody you care about, your assistant, that this is what you saw? No. I mean, I don't know how I would have reacted in that situation. I don't know. Maybe I would have gotten all the facts, because Dennis says that he didn't even know that girl was working for one of his locations. But I don't know. It's his company. Why don't you know? I mean, I'm Blondie's spirit. Shit. I mean, that was his assistant. He got to tell. But Dom trying to get Dennis to forgive you or to smile in your face when technically your mouth is what got into the relationship. Boy, bye. Just let it go. You are not that insignificant in his life. He don't want to talk to you like that. Go. Keep drinking. Then we have Londi now saying, well, you didn't fire Storm, but you fired me. And we get the truth. Dennis said, yeah, I fired you because Porsha told me to. Oh my God. By the time this season is over, Londi is going to go to Porsha, and I promise you she's going to ask Porsha, why are you the reason why you got me fired? I got bills too, bitch. Are you going to pay my bills? Because Londi is talking about how Porsha doesn't like her because she doesn't tell her what she wants to hear. She's honest with her. She's blunt with her. She tells her the truth, and Porsha doesn't like that because she gets defensive. So now she's thinking that the way it looks is like Londi was Dennis's assistant. Somehow Porsha interfered, made it look like Londi was her assistant. But then in the background, she was telling Dennis, her man at the time, to fire her. Like, she didn't want to be the one to look like she's the one that fired Londi. She wanted Dennis to look like Dennis was the one that fired her. And Dennis is sitting up here talking about, no, I did it because Porsha wanted me to. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. Then we get to the dinner. And the dumb drunk ass, the op, his messiness, decides that he wants to now go because he's messy. He's got an audience. He's got Porsha right in front of him. He's got to wait to now, you know, his little moment that he wants to get because Storm had her moment too. And he wants one too in this show. So Dom decides that he's going to bring up this conversation that wasn't even supposed to get back to the table about what they talked about at the when they were at the tequila tasting. And of course, Lauren is like, what the hell is going on? Portia's like, what's going on? You got Aunt, what's her name? Not Aunt Darlene. Aunt Liz, I think that's her name, is now sitting next to Mama Gina. She's already like, Dom's going to bring up some controversial shit because Dom likes to be messy like that. But Portia's going to feed into it because she's still looking for a bone to use to go after Dennis since Dennis brought this bitch over here. So, of course, Portia's going to let Dom keep talking. So Dom says, we discussed the conversation about the bitch crew that I then told Lauren about. Now, remember that Dom said at the tasting that he didn't tell Porsha, he told Lauren. And that he told Lauren because he was Lauren's assistant, right? While we're sitting up here listening to this dinner, and Porsha admits that Dom told her, whereas Lauren says, yes, Dom brought the information to me, but I told him not to tell Porsha because it could really break them up. So Lauren knew that information was not good because it could really break their relationship up, and she told Dom not to repeat it. Dom took it upon himself to now go to Porsha and repeat it because he wants to be on her payroll. So Dom, you are an op. I mean, there's no way to explain that shit. You are. And you're bringing that shit up now. But Mama Gina, whose business this is not supposed to be a part of, but of course she sees that Dennis is getting uncomfortable because Dennis already wants to fuck up Dom. And Mama Gina's like, this shit is probably petty as hell. Why are we bringing this shit up? Why? She's already engaged to somebody else. What does this matter? Why are we sitting in front of Portia's soon-to-be husband fighting about what her ex-fiance did to her while she was still pregnant with Pilar's, like what, 3 years old? Why are we still talking about this shit? And Portia's like, because Simon will never sleep with another young girl when I'm pregnant. I'm like, how do you know, bitch? You are not pregnant. You've never been with Simon like that. You just met him. How would you know? You can't tell the future. Porsha is using this moment to use Simon to throw in Dennis's face because she feels some type of way. Simon goes in the confessional and says, you know, I don't think that Portia's still in love with Dennis, but I do think that she holds some residual resentment that she needs to work on. And I said, Simon, once she's done working on that resentment, she's gonna leave your ass for the next person. Because right now she's trying to use you to get back at Dennis, and she's putting you in Dennis's face and Mama Gina's face as somebody that she can be with that's still better, that will marry her and give her a big ass rock. And she's forcing to get pregnant to force a relationship to move faster than it's supposed to. She's not even taking it slow. Okay, number one. Number two, why you're talking about this and making this a big deal? Portia's up there talking about why y'all shushing Dom. Dom is being loyal. Shush him to Dennis. Mama Gina is getting irritated. Mama Gina's like, see, that's why I don't want to be a part of this family. This shit is too messy. I said, Mama Gina, your ass is messy too, though. You're messy as well. And you involve yourself into your grown son's 40-something-year-old relationship as old as your ass is. You were just as messy. You blend right in. Aunt Liz is trying to calm her down, trying to get, say, hey, you're supposed to be part of this family. And Storm's dumbass, again, wanting a moment in the corner, decides to open her mouth and say some shit. So Dennis look at her and say, shut the fuck up. Now, Dennis already told Dom to shut up before he catches a fade. Dom said, you ain't gonna catch my fade, blah, 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 getting all balls up because, Portia's here. I'm curious to why Dom did not have that same energy at the tequila tasting. Dom, you ain't serious. You just want camera time, okay? I don't even take you seriously right now. But as they're doing that shit, now that they're arguing and Dennis already told Storm to shut the fuck up for the second time, Porsha sees her chance. She said, you know what? I already sat here before when he said that to her. Now I'm going to tell her to get up because they need to go. She calls security on a black man that's not even attacking her. Karen. Oh my God. Porsha has been looking for something to try and embarrass Dennis with, because since the little hoe came to town, including Dennis's mama. And she's finally got one because Dom brought it to her. So she now calls security, tells Dennis. Dennis was trying to calm Mama Gina down, talking about, Mama, you doing too much. Stop. But Mama Gina kept going because she don't want to listen. She don't know she's that messy too. They get up. Dennis gets up to leave. He's telling Storm to shut up. Porsha is trying to move Storm, and Simon is trying to calm Dennis's down, not really trying to, involve himself in this mess. She's trying to keep them apart. Mama Gina gets up, and Portia's all right. Portia's like, Dennis, his mama, and his sluts needs to leave. Mama Gina's like, what? So she's about to go. A whole grandma is about to go to try and check Porsha. So now you got Mama Gina, Dennis in front, and you got Simon right here in the corner. You got Porsha in the back, and you got Storm somewhere that you can't see her little short ass. Now, I don't know how the fight is because there was so much shit going on, but I'm gonna tell you what I saw. What I saw was Aunt Liz talking about spiritual leader, go ahead and go lead. Oh my God, as this is going on, you got Lauren, who set up this event and trying to trying to make peace somewhere off in the cut somewhere. We can't see her just yet. But you got Porsha yelling at Dennis, just go. And truth be told, Dennis didn't do shit to her. It was Dom that started this mess. Porsha's just mad at Dennis, period. So Dennis is talking, and he's like, you the one that invited me here. You the one that wanted me here. I didn't even want to be here in the first place. Storm's irrelevant ass opens her mouth and says, it's been 4 days and your ass still here. So Dennis is like, shut the fuck up. And the problem is, Storm is 23 years old. You're talking to people in their 40s, some of them 50s. You are a child in their eyes. So why are you opening your damn mouth? You need to grow the fuck up and know when to shut the hell up. So as he's telling her to shut up, now Portia's using it as an excuse to now get more mad. So when she goes home to her room and explains this scenario to Simon, she goes, I was trying to protect Storm. It was really rude. And it was disrespectful for him to talk to her like that. And she's a female, but they don't really have that close relationship, as we know. Dennis said they've been together 5 years. Storm ain't never been there until now. So she's going to use Storm as it's an excuse to act a fucking fool, because she is still in love with Dennis. She's still in love with Dennis. It's just, it is what it is. So what it looked like was, you got Simon trying to calm Dennis down, calm Porsha down, and it seems to me, I could be wrong. Y'all know Mama Gina somehow had gone to the side of where Porsha is, and it looks like I don't know if she was trying to go for Porsha or what was happening, but I did see Dennis. It looked like he lunged to try and move somebody away, and Porsha now bop, 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 and starts socking him in the face, because she's now had all these pent-up aggression and she wants to sock him in the face. So she socked him in the face. She won't even try to attack Mama Gina. She attacks Dennis because that's the person that's really hurting her feelings, not Mama Gina. And while she's doing that now, Dennis is now responding. And I don't know if Dennis grabbed her or tried to reach her, but we saw pictures and it looked like somebody busted Portia's lip, like the inner lip. And so I'm just like, Porsha, we saw you. We already know Portia's about that life, because we saw her drag Kenya's ass when she was going through a divorce with Cordell, and she dragged Kenya's ass by her hair across the damn reunion floor. We didn't see Porsha chase somebody down an alley. We didn't see Porsha fight with Cynthia Bailey. Porsha has put herself in a position to where she's like, I've gone through therapy. I'm trying to manage my anger. But somehow this lover's quarrel that she's having with Dennis is a lover's quarrel. And she's hurt, and she's mad that Dennis didn't bring her the ring, because now she has to sit here and try to blend family with Simon, who she doesn't love, in the same caliber. Okay? So now she's socking Dennis, and you hear Mama Gina in the corner talking about, oh my God, my son. Oh my gosh, this ratchet behavior, I can't. I'm reading all y'all comments and I'm just like, why? Why did she make this show? She looks horrible. Porsha looks worse than she looked when we didn't know nothing except what was on Instagram about her and Simon and Fallon. This little episode that they had made her look 10 times worse, because we can all see the hurt behind it. She loves Dennis to death. I don't care what anybody says, but she was hurt the fact that after she took him back. Think about it. Dennis met her, fell in love with her, proposed to her in a very beautiful way, got her pregnant, he cheated on her and she was still willing to give him a chance while she was pregnant. He cheated on her and she was still willing to give him a chance. And she finally gave him the opportunity to go and bring a ring to rebuild their family. And he decided that it's not a right time. And she's like, after all this time, I didn't take your ass back after you cheated on me, and I took you back still, and you still allowed this to happen. And now you threw this, you didn't even want to be with me. Then I go find somebody else I want to throw in your face, and you got the nerve to have a bitch up here in a family retreat that you can screw because you think that it's okay. But Porsha, aren't you screwing Simon? She's hurt. And Simon is a rebound. I don't care. Simon is a full-blown definition of a rebound. That's who he is. But it seems to me that out of this entire situation, Simon is the most rational one. But I don't think he can handle Simon. He can handle Porsha. I don't think that he can handle that level of immaturity or mess. This family ain't never going to be blended. But this episode was lit. Okay, I understood everything and why this fight happened. I get it. It has nothing to do with Dennis telling Storm to shut the fuck up. It had everything to do with all the residual pent-up anger that Dennis has had towards that Porsha has had towards Dennis and Mama Gina, but mostly towards Dennis. That's what it was. So that was my review of this episode. I'm finna go ahead and I'm gonna watch Salt Lake City. Those of you who don't watch Salt Lake City, watch the review. It's getting interesting. It's getting entertaining. It's a whole hot mess. I'm gonna do my review either later tonight or tomorrow, excuse me. I also did the Love and Hip Hop review from last week. Family Reunion, I'm going to watch the one that's probably going to do today and do that as well. But you guys have a good rest of your day.